All right, we in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Another
We
motherfucking episode.
ready.
Getting it.
Hi.
You want to go? Like, you go ahead and introduce. I always introduce us. You introduce us a little bit.
Okay, here we go with this. Yo, 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 what's up? It's your favorite Pisces and my boot clue with the
It was the yo
Freestyle
yo yo yo
Friday.
yo for me. I like it. I love it.
You like it?
I love that.
Okay, I'm going to work on
Everybody got to do their thing. You know what I'm saying?
that.
It takes a long time.
I mean, I thought it was pretty bad.
How we started?
Um, Yep, we're in there.
Can you hear us?
Hello? Yep, I can
All
hear
right,
us.
we in that motherfucker.
Okay,
All right, cool.
we are like 500 times better than last week already. Let's fucking go.
So before we even get started, before we go any further, we gotta address last week. So last week we went live, as some of y'all might have seen.
Yes, we did.
And
we had a great conversation.
had a good conversation. I mean, a good to go 45, 50-minute conversation. I mean, we was going in and talked about a lot of shit.
Vulnerability, openness.
Last interview, Pisces' first interview, actually.
We had a great time.
It was amazing, but there was only one issue.
The whole stream was muted.
The whole fucking stream was muted.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going on, Debo? Hey, what you doing? What you doing? Hey, you know what it is? Hey, you gotta shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out motherfucking Holly Trap out the bit. Anyway, so yeah, we appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. We appreciate y'all for coming back.
Absolutely.
And because it's just really important to us. You know what I'm saying? If I haven't noticed, like it's just really important to us. We actually put a lot of motherfucking
money.
Money, time,
deeply
sweat,
invested
tears,
in
blood,
having these culturally influencing and uplifting conversations, and sometimes we might hold you niggas accountable for some shit.
100%. And you know what's really crazy
is you coughing into the mic. That's really crazy.
What's really crazy is I know my boy Demo is watching this right now. And he's watching me smoke. And he's probably like, this nigga, he's probably crazy as fuck to see his nigga Kahari smoking right now. Because growing up, I wouldn't touch the shit. And the first time I touched the shit, I had a really crazy, vulnerable ass experience. And he was actually there. He was literally the very first person that I smoked weed with. This was going into my freshman year of high school.
You smoked weed in high school?
I smoked weed one time. I smoked it one time. And that was all I needed. Because I seen shit was trying to fly into my mouth. Like, I seen, like, well, I'm trying to tell you, well, I swear to God, I remember this story. Like, shit was trying to fly into my mouth. It was a bunch of crazy shit. We was playing, like, I remember, like, we was on, first day of school, then you don't really be doing too much.
You was seeing butterflies.
You see, I'm trying to tell you. I can't tell no lie. I was seeing shit. It was trying to fly into my motherfucking mouth. I was like, what the fuck? And then here's a crazy part. So first couple days of school, you're not really doing too much of shit, right? So we went out to gym. They didn't have any like structure for us. So they was just like, y'all niggas want to play football? Take this football to the field. Y'all want to play basketball? Take the basketball to the court. So me and my niggas, we play football coming up. So we went to go play football. Man, I'm trying to tell you, the ball went up.
You were high in PE.
We was playing throw 'em up, fucking. I was high that whole week, baby. Off of that one hit, I was high all fucking week. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, Clue has brought in the outdoor California grown love, so we will commence on it.
Yeah. Because all y'all niggas that be like, you know what I'm saying, talking about y'all, you gotta smoke indoor, you gotta smoke blah blah blah. You just ain't had no good outdoor.
You just don't know what.
Yeah, he's not capping. Exactly.
The great stuff that comes from the soil here outside.
You know what I'm saying?
Grow up and
see this
beautiful, full body California grown.
You see this young sunflower I got over this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Out here motherfucking goddamn flourishing. But speaking of, one of the things that we talked about in our last Freestyle Friday, which none of y'all had the pleasure of hearing, because honestly, it was a really dope episode. I'm not just trying to say that in a sense of hold on. Okay, I'm not just trying to say that in the sense of
It was a
boosting
great
ourselves up, but
episode.
it was a great episode and the content that which was
Yeah.
had. And
You guys will never hear it
we
because
talked
it
about
didn't get
it's
recorded.
literally completely unrecorded. Like I listened to 3 different versions of the recording and I was like, nope, no audio.
You could see us
It's
having
crazy.
this dope
Like
conversation.
we get to a point where like she's about to cry, I'm about to cry too. I'm just like, oh shit. Like it was crazy. But what I was about to say is that what we talked about was my baby's first interview.
It was.
It was her first interview. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up and I want you to talk to me about your first interview and I want you to introduce the interviewee to Freestyle Friday.
Okay, so it's kind of hard for me to go back because we did have a dope interview that just dropped today, which I'm sure we'll talk about. The Jada Ali, shout out to Jada Ali, she was a sweet girl. But my first interview was with Ben Miller, If You're Nasty, and that was like I was very excited.
So tell Clue to take that hat off and represent. Nigga, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm still shiny. But let's not take the shine off of my baby.
I'm still shining. Oh, the first interview was with Ben Miller. It was super. Ben Miller. She's a dope MC from Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah, it was a dope interview. It was a dope Well, you know what I just want to make sure is that people have the opportunity to find the people. Her name is Milla, but she put herself as Ben Miller on all platforms to make it easier for people to find her, because that's kind of like her moniker is I'm Ben Miller. I've been the same motherfucker. So it's BEENMILAH.
Yeah.
And so yeah, make sure y'all to check her out. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna shut up because this was your interview.
But you don't have to shut up.
I mean, I'm not gonna like completely stop talking. Like this was your interview. I just want to give you the stage to talk your shit.
Right. It was a great, and then I completely lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dope interview, y'all. Yeah, I was so proud of the platform in 2 different reasons. 2 different reasons because me like starting this shit and knowing good and well that I wanted to focus on the new and up and coming artists. Every once in a while, we have the opportunity to talk to people who are more established, but mass majority of the people that we have talked to, 95% of the people that we have talked to, proudly, I'll say that statistic is that it's been people that nobody know about.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing you talk to somebody that, once again, we didn't know before we were doing this shit and we found them organically, you carried that interview hella fucking good, because it's like you know J. Cole I always use J. Cole as an example for whatever reason. J. Cole come on oh my bad nigga, yeah, damn. But J. Cole, like, you would have thousands of things to talk about, right? It wouldn't take long. It wouldn't take long to find out. But somebody who is literally just coming into it, it's so hard to find that stuff, and that's something that I've always struggled with. But you made that shit look so fucking easy.
Well, I'm an investigator.
Damn there, yeah, damn sure you is. She found out everything about me, y'all.
But I I also like, that's the thing that I appreciate the most about you, Clue, and Country Fan Mail, and like it's something that you kind of brought back into my life, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was listening to the same music. I've been a mom for 18 years, and at some point the shit that I was listening to had to be curtailed around the people who also were listening around me. So I would listen to safe music. I was pulling up to Kids Bop, like,
yeah,
There's a Party in the USA was my shit for years.
I'm so sorry.
Rin had a whole like,
and the thing about it is, a motherfucker right there in the chat can tell you, can relate with so many different ways with you. That nigga got like 18 of them.
18 kids.
18 of them.
18 kids.
Nah, I think he got like 4.
Oh, okay, that's a lot of kids.
If he has 5, no shot, no diss to the 5th one. I just don't know you yet. I'm pretty sure he got like 4. He got like 4, 5 of them, 4, 5 of them. But
the kids probably aren't watching.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like that's literally what you just said is what I wanted Country Fan Mail to do, is to expand people into new music. And to be completely honest, had I really had the whole vision of this shit down pat during the pandemic,
Yeah.
y'all niggas wouldn't. This would be so different. Like this would be so. When I tell you it would be so. When I say different, it will be because y'all will be hearing me and seeing me everywhere. Because the niggas that did have their shit down pat before the pandemic,
They're everywhere.
they're everywhere because they took advantage of it. I literally
Yeah.
created this shit in the midst of the pandemic. So I'm not trying to say that like, listen, my time is our time, excuse me, is coming.
It's a lot of me over
And
there.
It's a lot of me only, and I'm not trying to do it in a selfish way. It's a lot of me because it was when it started, it was just me. So I have to remind myself that because when you start, it was just you, but now it is no longer.
I mean,
you.
it feels
It's
like
now it's
it
we.
was just you. But shout out to the pretty bitches who pulled up to be just your audience
Baby, I'm talking about before y'all.
before us.
I'm talking about before y'all, baby.
There's nothing before me.
No, I mean,
There's nothing.
Hey, listen. The fact that two of my niggas that I
Ain't
literally
nothing
fucking grew
before
up with,
me.
two of my niggas that I grew up with, goddamn pulled up right now in the motherfucking chat. Shout out to motherfucking Demo. Shout out to motherfucking
Larry.
Larry's World Gaming. If y'all have not subscribed to Larry's World Gaming, if y'all have not subscribed to Big Business Motherfucking Entertainment Podcast, make sure that y'all goddamn pull up on that shit because y'all niggas like y'all missing the fuck out. Dope ass fucking gaming content, funny as shit, dope ass conversations, dope ass fucking relations. I'm trying to tell you, it's different. What the hell I say?
Who did you pay to get your own sculpture besides you, Clue?
Nigga, this is not me. This is not me. This
Everybody
is Kanye
don't
West.
look like him.
He says, "Man, everybody look like me." Every time you see something, this is Kanye West.
That guy that you said he looked like on Facebook, that shit about took me out. I was like, that nigga has hair.
I was like, who the fuck? Nigga, you can't post nothing to me in the last 3 years and say that the shit looks like me, and no 7 years and say that it looks like me and I have hair.
Oh my god, I was dying.
Nah, it's definitely Chico B. Hey, listen, bro, I'm trying my hardest, man. Like, nah, I ain't gonna say I'm trying my hardest, but there was
every
a
time we go somewhere, like
somebody
we
says
were
this
at the
shit.
airport. It's like
people be looking at people really be looking. They be trying to make sure that it's not him before they trip out that it's him, and then they be like, "Oh, his beard shorter. Oh, I thought he was bigger than that." And then they be like kind of second guessing themselves, and then they get it right.
So funny.
This shit crazy as fuck. But not to skate over it. Shout out to Milla, super dope artist, super dope talent, super dope, talented, humble, just like about her shit. I really fuck with her. And like I said, I really fuck with your interview. You really did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I had another interview yesterday, which I don't know if some of y'all been watching for a little while, like recording an interview and then redropping it the next day. That's something that I actually just evolved into probably within the last like 6 months and maybe even 3 months. Actually, I say that because like before it was like I would record and it was like 4 days.
Yeah, and I'd be like, "Are you done with are we dropping this?"
Because it would take some time.
But then I can't really say shit, y'all, because I don't know how to do it. So you can only be in EP capacity. Like, hey, what's going on with that? Are we dropping this? And
but that's what you're supposed to do, though.
Yeah, no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. But now I'll be like, okay, what's the turnaround on this? And it's like next day, and I'm super impressed because again, I can't do this shit.
And I mean, it's something that I had to like literally teach myself. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, and shout out to once again, shout out to my two niggas that's in the motherfucking and that's in there right now, because them two I've seen literally build platforms from the bottom up, and they're growing that shit. You know what I'm saying? My boy Pinhead Larry.
This man said bald head rule the world.
Hey, we do.
And I am very disturbed by that.
But he started his platform from the fucking jump. He learned how to stream. He fucking made a whole fucking community. You know what I'm saying? He's networking with motherfuckers. I be seeing shit, bro. I might not even say shit all the time, but I be seeing a lot of shit that you do. You networking, you tapped in, you going to fucking conventions and meetups and shit. I tell you, I be seeing shit, bro. I be watching. And I'm really hella fucking proud of you. My nigga fucking Darren Demo motherfucking he doing the thing. He hit me up. He was like, bro, I'm about to start this podcast. You know how many people have hit me up and said, I'm about to start a podcast. What do I need? And I've talked to him. I gave him everything. he's the only one that actually did it.
Mm-hmm. I do know how many people have done this, guys, because let me tell you, I have to hear about it.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? She was my EP before she was my EP. In a real way, she knew every fucking inner working of my business before, when it was Blackwall Music LLC, or when it switched over to Country Fan Mail. You know what I'm saying? She's been an instrumental part. And when I, even, and I ain't gonna hold you, when I was just like, hey, my boy Darren hit me up, and then she was just like, okay. Because at this point, no, and it's not no shade, but at this point, so many people had hit me up and wanted to talk to me and all this shit like that, and I've done so much, and then they didn't do anything with it, and so it's no shade to them, but in the real way, when you really like be like, hey, boom, boom, do this, like, I mean, you talking about a couple hours on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Doing our thing, talking and shit. And it's like, when he was like, I bet he did something with it. Like, that shit's hella, that's dope.
That's facts for real. If you don't take the help, there's no need to ask.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Question for both of you. What's up, Larry?
Oh, yeah. Talk to us, bro.
Lord.
Let me move this fucking mouse because I can't see the comments. Oh, shit. My AirPod went dead. So, yep, my mouse is gone. But anyway.
When married or long-term relationship, who comes first outside of the kids?
Oh, so that's a good question. That's a really good question.
Wait, he comes first.
So, and you know this. So this is why this is a good question, right? Because I'm sorry. This is why I feel like it's a good question, because there was when we first got together, even more so when we first got married, just in real transparency, you know what I'm saying, I didn't, her reaction just now to be like, he comes first, was not, it wouldn't have been the same.
It wouldn't have been.
You know, because it took time. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any kids myself, but she has two kids. And so those are, in turn, of course, my stepchildren. But with that being said, she was a mother for 16 years before she met me. So now it's like, now I'm meeting this man, I'm getting to know him, all this shit like that. Now all of a sudden I'm supposed to exalt him more than my children to an extent, or I'm supposed to, he's supposed to have more of a say in it. So it's like, and I'm speaking and I'm gonna shut up. I really want you to kind of talk about it.
No, I mean, we talked about it a lot.
I want you to talk about it to them. He asked a question.
Yeah, it's actually kind of hard, because the reason why even that interview was a big deal is because like 6 months ago I completely lost my voice, so he keeps pushing me to talk, and he knows I can't stand that. But when we first got married, first of all, we didn't even tell the kids. So yeah. It really be a fucked up thing for me to then be putting some nigga before my kids, because they don't even know that he's my husband. Let's be honest. Are we being honest?
Hey, this is your truth.
Okay. So we're being honest.
This is your truth.
No, we have grown into this role. That it's just weird, because we didn't tell the kids that we were married, but my kids also were looking at him live with me, and my kids were like, "Okay, this is weird."
What is that?
I'm referring to everyone outside of the kids. Oh yeah. Outside of the kids.
Oh yeah.
That part is just like,
that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but also my kids are so old now, they don't even care.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to everybody outside of the kids, you know what I'm saying, like, there's two phases of marriage, right? You got the paperwork that you got to sign, and then it's like actually fucking deciding like y'all are actually married, right? So I've been married before on paper, but I tell Shay all the time that she's my first wife, because when I really look at it, even sometimes when I be coming out the mouth and I be saying like my ex-wife, I be having to catch her, because sometimes I just don't even want to say the bitch name. So I have to just say ex-wife versus say her name. And it's just being honest. I'm just being 100% real. So it's like when it comes like that.
Thank you, Miss Lady.
So when it's like that, I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? I had to catch myself. But So when it comes to those two phases, me and my ex, we didn't go through me and the woman that I was married to before, the she who must not be named, we didn't go through the two phases. We got the paperwork done, but we didn't go through the other phase of the actual union. So me and Shay, you know what I'm saying, we went through the phase of the actual union and the paperwork. So for me, I had to kind of realize, you know what I'm saying, there was a certain point where when it came to the kids, I couldn't really like.
You just got so southern.
Oh, dude.
The kids.
When it came to the kids, like I couldn't really like, I couldn't just come in and be like, I'm your stepdaddy. You know what I'm saying? Just drop my dick, just boom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't just, you can't just come in like that. But when it comes to everybody else, like, you know what I'm saying, family, siblings, friends, and all that shit like that, I was like, I don't give a fuck if you like me, you don't know me, know who the fuck I am, what the fuck, like, I'm a husband, nigga.
Okay. So Larry says, what about parents' standpoint? Like, say your mom disrespected Clue. Do you have his back or just do well?
Oh, I got my wife back.
He's asking me. I mean, I have my husband's back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and to be completely honest,
we don't do that shit.
We kind of dealt with some of this. Well, we've dealt with actually very specifically those situations.
Quite
not
literally.
necessarily mothers, more so just family, siblings, and shit like that. And just being 100, being real without giving too much. My sister disrespected her. Her
on
sister
both
disrespected
sides.
me.
Yeah,
and it was on some other
on
shit.
both sides. That's a wrap.
And honestly, it caused some contention for a little while between us. But we had to come to a place where we were just like, okay, are we trying to stay together? Are we trying to do this shit?
Right.
Okay, if we're trying to do this shit, then we need to get them motherfuckers in line, because at the end of the day, when I pull up with this motherfucker at the cookout, you ain't about to fucking be treating her wrong.
This
Point blank,
motherfucker
period.
will not let this motherfucker be treated wrong either. Point blank, period.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you gotta fake it, I don't care if you gotta fake it. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that shit. And as soon as we leave, I can't stand that nigga.
I hate that hoe. I can't believe it.
That's fine. That's completely fine, because we're driving home probably saying the same shit about your stupid ass. But when I'm around, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's the difference between family, right?
Yeah.
Because family, they're family regardless. You can be fake. I ain't gonna be fake around no friends or no niggas. You know what I'm saying? No people like that. But like family, people that's considered family, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Because you can say whatever the fuck you want to say about me, but if you need me, you call me, I got you.
Facts.
Because you family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same for my bros on here. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need me, they call me, I got them. So it's like,
yeah, but we also don't be saying crazy shit about each other's siblings.
Nah, we cut that shit real quick. we cut it quick, and I ain't gonna lie, it was a thing for a second, like not a thing for a second, it happened, like, because when you feel disrespected, you respond to disrespect. So it's like,
yeah,
I ain't gonna make no examples, but
yeah, but we've all elevated and grown from that situation. So you just call her a mistake, Clue, learn from it. Oh, you should have came in that way. I did.
But
crazy, bro.
Hold on, I need to move this damn mouse because I can't see.
Yeah, I don't get, like, how come you can't see? I mean, I can't see that, but are your glasses not glossy, Sink?
Wow. So another question. Say she have your back. What happens next? Like, hard disrespect, talking about kids, do you say? Hold on. Say she didn't have your back. Oh, okay. That's a good one, bro. That's a good one.
Guys, y'all. Every time we go to sit in these director chairs, we're like,
it is crazy because I couldn't even see myself. Yo, these chairs are so damn finicky.
Ease into it, baby.
Ease on down the road. But anyways, so answer your question, Pinhead, bro. So if she didn't defend me, like she just went like kind of go crazy hard and just like, you know, saying going some shit out. I feel like we would have to have a conversation about it. And honestly, in the time that I felt like, no, I'm not even gonna paint that picture. In the time that Shay felt like I did not stand up for her and I did not take her for her in the moment, we had to have conversations about it, and a lot of conversations about it. It wasn't just like a few conversations. We had a lot of conversations about it. Even got some counseling through the situation, because what unfortunately happened was, in the moment it didn't seem like I stood up for her, but I actually did, but she wasn't around to see it. Because what the unfortunate thing was what was being asked, or what the situation was, I had no idea about. I had no idea that it happened. So it's like you going over to the family's house, you get disrespected, but you're not there. I mean, your person goes over there, you're not there, so you don't see it. And then they come back to you and they tell you what happens. So when I
I'm
call
Shay and Pisces, yeah.
so
I'm both those people.
Yeah, she's the same person. So when
I'm Batman, he's Robin.
So oh god. So you know what I'm saying? So when I call the person to correct them on it, and I check their ass, she's not there to see me check them. So it seems like I didn't check them. But anyways, I don't think that's what you were saying. I think you were just saying like they just straight up just didn't do it. Like I said, a conversation would have to be had. And because I'm gonna have to tell them straight up, like, that's not cool.
Yeah, you have to express how you feel. It's really hard, especially because like from my standpoint, it's really hard. It's like we are constantly juggling all of these relationships, right? Like I have these responsibilities or relationships, and they're orbiting, and you're just another one of those responsibilities and relationships. But fracturing something with them could fracture the whole system, whereas you are my nigga and you're gonna be here and we're gonna work through this, so maybe like you could be mad at me. Maybe not necessarily, but maybe that's what
but see that's the thing that I don't understand, right? So I hear you, and I understand it, and I literally, and I had to be honest, this is something we've learned in counseling, y'all. I hear you. I received what you're saying. And what I'm gonna say back to that is that when it comes to fracturing a system, a family is a support system. From the moment that you're a fucking little nugget, not doing a goddamn thing, not worth shit, not gonna be, all you do is just shoot shit, piss, and sleep, and you know, all growing up to be whatever the fuck you're gonna be. A family is nothing but a support system.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to finding somebody that you're in love with and be in a relationship, that's not a support system, that's a dependency. And there's nothing wrong with that. I depend on you to love me the way that I need to be loved. I depend on you. You depend on me to love you the way that you need to be loved. And when that doesn't happen, you start to look somewhere else. It's a dependency. There's no assumed love between a child and a parent. There's a what the fuck is supposed to be there, and if it's not there, then it's wrong. Like, let's just be real. It's either you love your child or you don't, because it came from you.
Yo, that's not exactly how that works.
And maybe I might be wrong, but what I'm saying is that when you're in a relationship or when you're in a marriage, that's all a choice. That's all a choice. So you're literally depending on the person to do that shit. So it's like, if you're not going to be dependable, then that's different, because you can cry all day over a nigga that broke your heart that you couldn't depend on. But crying all day over a nigga that broke your heart versus crying all day because your father wasn't there for you is a little bit different. Yeah, and that's a loving relationship that you need. So I'm gonna rest my case.
Yo,
I'm gonna land my plane.
This is wild. You got a plane now? We crashed. Oh no.
I can't. But no,
yikes. This is how you know this shit is a freestyle, because how did we get here?
Not even sure. Not even sure. But what I do want to circle back to is to my latest interview. Here, take this shit from me.
Yes.
Hey, shout out to Northern Lights. Yep. If y'all niggas ever get a hold of a strain called Northern Lights, it's a shit. But anyway, My most
It's
recent
from
interview.
Humboldt, right?
No, it's from Alaska.
Where?
Alaska.
It is.
Yeah, Nick, look at the bag.
I don't have
Yeah,
that.
that shit crazy. But anyway, shout out to my latest interview, Jada Ali. She came onto the platform, man. Man, I'm trying to tell you, like, it was such a dope interview. Who better to ask my brother? Hey, big fat bro. We already here for you, man. But yeah, man, Jada Ali, man, she was so dope. She was so patient, cause I don't know, y'all definitely been realizing because y'all been watching. We haven't pointed it out at all, but we've been a little laggy. And at this point, we're
Oh
not
my god.
100% sure if it's the internet, if it's the platform that we're using. And we recorded our whole last thing, didn't notice it was frozen. Tried to re-record on Monday on another platform, and I couldn't figure out how to work it. It was just crazy. So anyways, last night when I did the Jada Ali, literally at this time last night I was talking to Jada Ali, and um I could, for the first maybe 15 minutes of the interview, I could not get the shit to work, so I ended up having to do the interview in my AirPods, which are these microphones. I'm not trying to, this ain't no flex shit. These microphones are like $150. The fact that they didn't fucking work, like literally about, like I was about to fucking, like I was about done with the shit.
Yeah,
But
you were very, very
I was anxious. You know what I'm saying?
flustered.
You
And
know, I
I
like to be real
understand.
chill before an interview. Like I
Yeah.
try to go into it confident
That
because
shit
I think,
totally blew your high. And I was like, oh man,
oh yeah, it
he's off
definitely
his
blew my high.
kilter.
Yeah.
Just put the AirPods
If
in.
it, and that's the thing about having the EP, because if it was just me, I probably would just like, I would have just been flustered. But she was just like, baby, I can hear it through your phone. Just put your AirPods in. And I was just like, duh. Because okay, so how y'all are seeing us is on our phone. We have a computer that's connected to some mics that we can see. We have a TV. If I could turn my phone around, I'll show y'all. But it's like some it's some nigga rig shit. But you know what I'm saying? Like we make it work in a real way. But
But we're raising
yeah.
funds for a
Yeah, that's a
4K
nigga rig.
camera.
But shout out to her for staying with you, man. Respect. Yeah, that's funny. But no, for
Yeah.
real, like she stayed. She was like, she was chill on it. And yeah, she's hella dope.
She's very gracious and
Hella gracious, and like, but like really be talking her shit and her songs, like really be talking her shit. Like if you know what I'm saying, like I said something about something about her music, and I was just like, you know, so I feel like she really be on her pimp shit. She was chuckling and shit, but she was just like, but now that I think about it, yeah, that's kind of my lifestyle. And I was just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Jada Ali, shout out to Miller. Shit, I got an interview tomorrow. We don't stop over this motherfucker. Like, listen, when we get back on, I know we slowed down a little bit.
he doesn't stop.
I know we slowed
Sometimes
down a
I
little bit.
yield.
Maybe so, but
I'm
me, I
like,
can't do it.
I
I gotta
gotta
keep fucking
proceed with
going.
caution.
When I get going, I get motherfucking going. So,
And then he like drags me along.
yeah. But yeah, I got another interview tomorrow. It's gonna be really dope. So actually two artists at the same time. I'm gonna make y'all go to my social medias and look at my story. And I can't believe you spoke, bro. See, I try to tell you, like these, I wouldn't touch that shit back in
You
the
know
day,
what's
baby.
really crazy? People say the same thing about me.
You didn't really smoke until you got with me, though.
Yeah, I know. You
That's crazy. I turned her into a
turn me
pothead.
into a little stoner.
I mean, if I had to be completely honest, my ex is the one that put me on smoking as a grown person. But we was in DC and you couldn't really get it. We would get an eighth. We would make that shit last like a week. These niggas gonna look. These niggas gonna be in the comments going crazy because they gonna be like, "Nigga, what?" We would make an eighth last a week. I'll break an eighth out into about 3 joints.
I quit smoking when we was going to Colwood. Coolwood.
I was smoking when we was going to Coolwood. Oh
Oh.
no, this nigga was a terrorist in Coolwood.
What is that?
He was a terrorist.
Is it a high school or a junior?
Nah, this
high
was
school?
a junior high. This is middle school.
Oh.
We called it middle school, so I ain't know what junior high was. Every time I watched some TV show and there was like junior high, I was like, what the fuck is a junior high? It's called middle school.
I went to a junior high school.
How clue am I, Kaya? How Clue in my Kanye voice. What? A week?
He
Ain't
said,
no way,
how, Clue?
bro. I'm trying to tell you a week. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's yo. See how Clue
How,
exactly,
Clue?
bro. We were literally. I'm trying to tell you, like, but that's how much I didn't smoke. I was still.
Dang,
I
that's
was working at the
crazy.
fucking. I was working at the fucking. I mean, I could
You
say
was
it now.
working now. You
I
didn't
can say it
even.
now.
You
Statute of
was just
limitations.
working.
I was working at the Pentagon. I was getting high as a bitch.
You was getting high at the Pentagon.
No, not at the Pentagon.
Oh, because I
But
was
while
like,
I went,
dang,
when I went
that's
home,
really ballsy.
it was when I went home and shit. But it was like, you know, what I'm saying, you know, what
I
no
never
issue.
knew you was a bad boy.
It wasn't nothing like, man. I swear to God, the Pentagon was ghetto as a motherfucker, man. Before I went to go work there, I remember my auntie, she worked there for a lot of years, and I was just like, how is it? Like, I was a little nervous, and she was just like, baby, don't be nervous. I was like, why? She was like, the Pentagon is ghetto, and I was like, what? And she was like, baby, the Pentagon is ghetto, and I was just like, yo. So I understood exactly what she meant. Like the niggas really be in there. Like during the holiday season, they turned the fuck up.
Oh my goodness.
They had this shit called the painters party. Like it's illegal.
It's illegal to smoke while working there.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I'm trying to smoke with Biden.
Yo, no, I'm pretty sure they be cutting up, man.
Yeah,
but they had this shit called the
definitely
painters
sure.
ball, and it was just like it would literally. Actually, I'm gonna
Never
stop there.
mind,
I'm
yeah.
gonna stop there.
That's wild.
But yeah, this shit was crazy.
Sheesh. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, it was a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like life was good. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I, I had to think heavily about that shit. I was just like,
Can you make that thing smaller?
make what thing smaller?
That thing.
Black Rock Street, but that's tough. Yeah, don't spill too many things. You know what I'm saying? Baby, but I can't see the comments if I do that.
Okay, fine.
So I was trying to, because you can see it right there.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
But yeah.
You know what? First of all.
Bill, what you been listening to this week, baby?
What was I listening to this week? An audio book.
I was talking about music.
I know, but I'm trying to think about what I was listening to.
Well, when was your interview with Miller?
Last week.
Well, I feel like you was still bumping her hella heavy.
I was, yeah.
There was somebody else that you put me on this week. I'm pretty sure you sent me some music. I can't even remember. This week has been kind of a blur.
I know.
In a real way, like it's been kind of crazy.
Yeah,
we spent like $800 yesterday on the cookout.
Is it that much? That's not that much money.
Nigga, what?
People gotta eat.
That's a lot of sweat. And I ain't. It was just I didn't even want to drop the dollar. It was just when I calculated that shit this morning, I was like, "What the fuck?"
You just have to not look at it like that.
Nah, I can't not look at that. What? I can't.
The only thing that is really funny,
yeah,
kind of is the tarp situation.
Nah, yo, our whole tarp blew away, y'all.
I just also want to say that maybe this is a good time to remind you that I told you we should not put that up there, leave that up there.
That's not what you said.
I said there's no way for this not to blow away.
Okay, sorry. That's maybe what she said. So, listen, all right. So we bought this like $45. So it was regularly like a little bit more.
Whatever.
It came down to $45. It was like one of those little tarp things.
Very
it was like
excited.
9x9. It's tall, you put it up, put it in the backyard, you know what I'm saying, little tarp shit. I was like, hell yeah, it's my first backyard. I was like, fuck yeah. So I like put it together.
That's exactly what he was like.
Yeah, listen, I was so excited. Like, fuck yeah. I put it together and like it
right
was
away.
good.
I was like, honey, it's kind of windy out there.
She was like, it's windy. I was like, nah, baby, we'll be all right. So 1 week, no, I'll say 4 days passed. 5 days passed. 4 days. I'll say 4 days. Every day is good. Everything's good. Yesterday happened. We went out somewhere. Can't remember where the fuck we went out somewhere, and then we came back. And I just went into the backyard, and for some odd reason, I did not look the way of the tarp first, which I always usually do. I looked the opposite way, and I'm just sitting there, and I was probably lighting up, lighting the black or lighting the blunt, and I'm just like, oh shit, baby, the turf's on top of the house. Yo, we had to, and she walked, and then I run over there to go grab the tarp. She comes out the motherfucking house and just comes out and stands there and just is like, and I'm just like, I need you to help me with this motherfucking tarp that just is on top of the house. I'm just like, what
but
the
I
fuck?
was so mad
Yeah.
because I fucking told you, and I this is the first time I'm saying I told you so. I fucking told you. I grew up here. I knew the wind was gonna take that shit.
You did,
I
though.
knew it was gonna take this shit.
And
I was like, you should not put this up
but
right
honestly,
now.
there was some weak ass legs on them goddamn poles, baby.
You could.
Baby, them poles had some weak ass legs. I was able to bend them motherfuckers after I picked them up. Them was some weak ass legs. They need some milk
for once. And this
Them
is
poles need
and
some
this
milk.
is this is the this is a lesson for you ladies out there. Okay, let that nigga learn. Go on, baby. Put the tarp up.
What the fuck? This ain't no Destiny's Child. Let it see, man. Let's cut that
Go
out.
on, baby. Put that tarp
Let's
up.
cut that.
He said,
No, I
Pisces,
really
I'm
should've
trying to
took
get
that
my
shit
wife
down.
more consistent with the podcast. What makes you want to continue? Okay, so
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm yelling. Damn. I think that liquor hitting.
No, you good, baby. Talk your shit. I
was daytime streaming for 2 years every day. So I naturally enjoy talking to people in a controlled setting.
What makes you want to continue with me?
I wanted to continue with Clue because I wanted to get off of the stream and be more collaborative with someone I could depend on. It's hard to work with inconsistent people, and I know that Clue's hella driven, so I feel like we could put out content and I could kind of manipulate whatever things I want to weave into the content because he gave me the executive producer title. So
yeah, it was it was all it was strategic.
it was once he started to recognize my contribution, I wanted to contribute more.
I've always recognized the contribution. Let's not get it fucked up.
That's what I said. Once he started to recognize my contribution, then I wanted to contribute more.
I've always recognized the contribution, and as I said before, I think on the Freestyle Friday, it wasn't until I knew that you were all in with me that I wanted to make it official. Because you were always okay contributing, but when it came down to when shit came down to, it was just me. Because you were just like, oh, that's your thing, all right. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in there. I'll come into the street. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know what I'm saying? Once I knew that you was really all in with me, that's when I was just like, all right, bet. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Not, and I'm not trying to make it seem like some crazy shit, but when it is you know what I'm saying? I don't have kids, so I look at this shit like my child. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, so I give you the keys to the kingdom, but not until I know that you all the way in with that shit. Hey, and I'm just saying, I've been burning this shit before.
Well, I'm not gonna burn you.
I know you wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. And honestly, there's people that have been pivotal parts in the journey for me to get here that it's hard for me to even shout out because they try to take too much credit from the shit from the beginning. And I'm just like, damn, yeah, you might have been there when I came up with an idea, but damn, bitch, don't try to act like you was a fucking pivot. Let me shut the fuck up, man. But anyway, so I'm
I don't know. I appreciate being recognized for the role that I was playing, and it absolutely,
baby, for sure.
It absolutely made me want to contribute more.
And I love it. And honestly, you know, saying back to Darren, when it comes to working, you know, being that thing with, you know, having an executive producer as your wife, it's hard. It's hard, but you have to have one, respect for each other. And then you also got to respect each other's title because it's I might be the host and the owner of Kountry Fan Mail, but she's the executive producer and co-owner. So when I'm out of line and she's calling me out for being out of line, I need to check myself. There might be times that I have to balance it and be like, is she calling me out as a wife or is she calling me out as a
Right.
EP?
And when these bright ass lights are on, it's very much country fan mail time. Unless it's other time. Yeah.
You know, these lights are multifaceted. But anyway, but nah, but yeah, it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's a process. It's a thing though. We go through it and I love it. I enjoy it.
But I think
You
I
know,
also like, but to honestly answer your question, from my perspective, the reason why it's easy for me to switch over and want to contribute to the podcast is because I just want to contribute something to a greater broadcast network, or somewhere. I would love to be nationally syndicated, motherfuckers.
yeah. I mean, it's coming. You know what I'm saying?
So,
It's coming. Everything come.
do you
You know
think
what
the
I'm saying?
geographic location can play a big part in getting podcasts more exposure?
You think geographical location? No.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna say no.
I think the ability to go to reach more people, um, like the traveling podcasts, they have more success. So
Not all the time. I know a lot of traveling podcasts that they start from where they start from. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, the only thing about those traveling podcasts, which is a lot different, is that usually those people either have one, accessibility, or two, money. They're flight attendants or they have some type of
right,
situation where they can travel everywhere, and or they have a lot of money where they can travel everywhere, which is, I'm not shitting on them. That's their
no,
life.
that's
Cool. Do your
great,
thing.
super
But
dope.
when it comes to the typical podcaster, from the front seat of my car, I was streaming 58% in Canada, 1% in Argentina, 1% in Brazil, 1% in Chile, 1% in the Philippines, 1% in Japan, 3% in Korea, 3% in England, and all
Yeah.
these different places. So my point is, like, when he says something like that, it's like, in my personal opinion, do I feel like your geographical location can stop you, or can maybe? I don't personally believe so. I feel like it's all about what you have to deliver, because from that same front seat and or from that same um a room in the same city, I've talked to people in Canada, I've talked to people in Africa, I've talked to people in Japan, not interviewed unfortunately yet, but I've talked to people all around the United States,
Yeah.
literally from that same room or from those same rooms. So no, I just feel like when Pisces running low.
Bartender. No,
Oh
no, no, no,
shit.
no,
Oh,
no,
oh
no,
nah.
no,
Oh
no.
yeah. Oh nah, nah, nah.
Pisces is one and done.
Yeah, she be over here like, yeah, y'all. Yeah. But but nah, I feel like your reach is as far as your reach. Your reach is as far as your reach wants to be. Point blank period. You can go fucking anywhere from this motherfucker. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Except for like when the algorithm is set for like nearbys or things like that.
Then learn how to control the algorithm.
Manipulate.
No, it's control. You're not manipulating the algorithm. The algorithm is a machine.
Okay.
You gotta control that motherfucker. Like, if you want to post your shit in Flint, Michigan, because you tapped in with an artist, one of the biggest artists out there in Flint, Michigan, shout out to Jada Ali. Then when you post that shit, put the location in Flint, Michigan. Some people might be like, well, I live in Sacramento. Stupid. You're trying to get the fucking attention of people that ain't around you. You're trying to get the attention of other motherfuckers out there. So other artists from Flint, Michigan, whoever the fuck follow me today, got seen a lot of y'all. People start following you because it's already start liking the post because they see that you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Your reach is as far as you want it to be.
Okay. You just schooled me. That was kind of hot.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
just saying.
but that just in it's just one of them things that I had to learn. Like, and there's so many things that I still have to learn in a real way, because
I know, young
we
man,
not
and I'm
monetized
here to
yet. We
teach
trying to
you.
get there. Oh shit. Kountry Fan Mail Podcast after dark. It's about to get nasty. But nah, but yeah, like you know what I'm saying? There's a few YouTube master classes and shit that I want to take that people are offering.
Keep it PG.
I'm fucking done with it. But yeah, I gotta pee. Well, you want to keep going?
No.
All right, we about to go ahead and cut this out, y'all. So, hey, we
Oh,
appreciate
my
y'all tapping
goodness.
in, man. This has been a really dope Freestyle Friday.
Yo, you
This has been a
guys.
remake of episode number 9.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching those interviews. If you haven't had a chance, you could tap in right now. They're in the link, and you know to do the thing on the YouTube and the way that the YouTube works.
Okay, yeah, definitely like and subscribe.
That part.
And please say hi.
Kenlia.
Kenlia.
I feel like you should know.
I don't
to say.
Oh, okay. Hi, Kenlia. I don't. Please, hello, Kenlia. Wherever you're from, wherever you're at, hello.
Hi.
Respect to you.
And bye.
And we are signing off, unfortunately. But Kenlia and whoever Master Slay is, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. In a real way, there's no judgment. Of course, no problem. Hi, Kenlia. I'll say it again. Hi, Kenlia.
Okay.
Hello, Kenlia.
Okay.
Bonjour, Kenlia.
Okay, goodbye.
Arabaduce, Kenlia.
Did you say goodbye?
Deuces, Kenlia.
And bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, the whole thing ended.